Welcome back, folks. This is Trufflez, and we're here with another episode of the Survival Series. How is it going? Hope you're doing well. So, today is the day in which we finally clean all this place up. We're going to be doing a lot of work here, and of course down there on every place I said we're going to be replacing the ground with slabs. Yeah, so we're going to be making the yellow slab road, which will be connecting all the different parts of the base. Right now, if you're unfamiliar with our base, we have this connecting area going in between the potion lab and our storage area. There's also this little branch off to the right, which I haven't really shown very much. This connects up to our nether wart farm, but I think we'll actually be removing this area here, and we'll be putting a new path going up to here. I showed this off in another video, but this is really a work in progress area. I kind of want to leave this place alone because it's really unfinished. So another one of the things I want to get done is covering up this wall. So this end of the nether wart farm and that end, of course, are currently open to the elements, and that will let in mobs and stuff. So we definitely need to get some end caps built for this area. So as a quick recap, last episode we tore out that whole mountain there. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. We also did a lot of work over there in the potion lab. As you can see from the intro there's a lot of new blocks that have been placed there, and the whole place is looking very different. Plus we added in this room down here, which we'll eventually get to because right now I'm out of smooth quartz. But we're not going to be touching this place today. I don't think I'll have enough time for that. Instead, let's get to work on tearing out the grass first, and then we'll see how bad those yellow slabs really look. So our slab road is going to actually start down here, and then I'm going to tear out all this grass, of course. I've been saying that over and over and over, but I'm going to actually do it now. Oh boy, that, I don't actually think that looks too bad. I don't know. What about from down here? Yeah, I guess it's gonna look fine. Well, either way, we're gonna need to get a lot more of these slabs. So, and now I think I'll just tear out this connecting path here and replace it with our slab and see how bad this looks. Because this is actually more of an important part of the base. I guess we're gonna have to live with it for now. I mean, it's done, you know. Wait a minute, was that the... Did I just hear the villager? Hold on a second. Did that villager get in here somehow and get stuck? Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, that explains it. So, apparently our villager, if you haven't seen last episode, go check it out. But the villager that we let loose by accident has trapped himself down here. That's a little strange, but I guess there's not really any good way to get him out of here because the only way to get out is to use these ladders. So I think it's time to move on to the exteriors, the base. I mean, there's still a lot more road to build, but building roads is not a very efficient use of time. So the first thing we're going to do is tear out the front of our, well, tear out this whole place, really. And then we're going to be using these slabs to make pillars. And we're also going to be increasing the height of this to 5.5 blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I screwed up. I need to get up there somehow. Ah, yes, scaffolding will work. And then we'll bring this over like this. So if you haven't guessed what we're going to be doing already, we're going to be adding in the same kind of design that we did before, which is that sort of brutalist architecture inspired theme that we've got going on in the rest of the base. And we're out of slabs. Well, in that case, I'll just tear out this and replace that with andesite. Nice, that's a start. I guess since we're out of these slabs, I can probably just use andesite for the other couple of pillars we're going to be putting in. One is going to be on this corner here. And no, we don't have a whole lot of these slabs left, but I do want to use the white slabs just to break up the different kinds of slabs that we got. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We just need to take out all of this here and just raise the whole ceiling in here by a little bit. And I'll use these slabs for our ceiling. Well, what we have left of the slabs. And of course, those glass panes that we crafted up earlier, I'm going to be using them for kind of like a railing to go along here. For safety or something like that. Nice. So now we have kind of like fake windows on this side and this side. They also double as railings, and you cannot fall out because of the extra half block that you get from our slab road. But it kind of looks, I think it looks pretty good in my opinion. Actually, come to think of it, I think this looks good at this height. I don't think I'm going to be raising this anymore. And you might think that looks kind of strange, but I think it adds depth. And it also looks a little bit like a fume hood, so it kind of adds to the laboratory kind of look to this place. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at this height. Alright, so as previously mentioned, this whole place is a mess. Well, first of all, we're going to need to replace this with our yellow slab road, but most importantly, we need to figure out how to clean this up and make it look a lot better. Alright, so as you can probably see, I have gone ahead and done the entire face of this thing. So we've got our 3 different colors, and I've gone ahead and put stairs in the center here. On the back here, we have our dark oak that I've kind of used to line the whole place and connect this side to this side. And you might be wondering, why did I build this thing out 2 blocks thick? It's kind of strange to be doing that. Well, what I want to do is put bamboo in between here and the outside. So the outside is going to have glass blocks here. I was originally going to use panes, but they don't connect to the stairs. So I'm going to be using some glass blocks for both of these windows, and then putting bamboo in front of them, growing them up. And so it looked kind of similar to like over here, except instead of using red terracotta, we're going to be using glass. So that's all well and good. I'm just going to go ahead and put in everything else here and see how bad it looks. Alright, so that is, well, it's a work in progress. I just realized that our bamboo is still kind of growing there. I guess I could just grow it real quick. But yeah, that is our wall done. That's pretty cool. And I've also gone ahead and switched out our shader. I'm not sure if you noticed, but now there's some more like shadowing on every surface. I think this looks better than before. But anyway, I think that is it for this particular location. And as for this place, it's still got a lot of stone and stone exposed, so I think that looks pretty bad. We got to change it out. So I do have some plans for here. Actually, let's just do this right now, because this is one of the most important parts of the base. I'm just going to start ripping things out, and I'm going to show you what I have planned. So first of all, this whole roof is going to get ripped out. Yep, we are going to be raising the roof by at least 1 block, if not 2. Next, we're going to be ripping out the floor here, and what actually is this? Huh, there's a cave down there that apparently have not lit. I better get on that sometime soon. And this has got to go. And next comes the floor, and obviously I have a really hard time placing floors for some reason. Now, we're not going to be removing all of the blocks in this area here. I'm going to be keeping the stable at the same level as it was before. That way we won't have to be tearing out so much. So right now I'm going to be taking out this area and this area. We're going to be making a transition from this existing stable ceiling all the way up to our new ceiling, which is going to go all the way through here. Part of the reason why I'm keeping the stable ceiling at the same height is, well, it's less work, but more importantly, there's this mechanism right here, which is the water stream for our automatic sugarcane farm that's up there. And it looks like we're already out of dark oak, so before I can even start building, I'm going to have to harvest some more trees. Okay, so first of all, I decided that we should probably do something in here that will look very similar to the other parts of our base. One of which things are these beams, which we're putting in the ceiling here. I'm also going to be putting these beams across here as kind of like a transition from the 2 different ceiling heights. And I think I might put the same thing on the floor here. I'm not too sure though. Kind of like, oh, we're already out of that wood. Alright, so that's all those beams in place. Now I'm going to fill in basically everywhere else with our smooth quartz. That'll be pretty much it for the ceiling. And then we'll outline that with our smooth stone slabs, which kind of makes it look like the rest of the buildings in our base, like we did over there. Also, I'm going to start smelting up some of the stone so we can get more of those slabs. because we're going to be needing a lot more of that for the next couple of steps. Another thing we're going to need quite a lot of are the smooth sandstone stairs. So we've actually used these in a handful of places around the base, like there, and of course on these walls, but I want to extend that down here. There's not very much color in this base, but when there is color, it's that kind of weird shade of terracotta that no one likes. So yeah, now our smooth stone is finished, so I'm going to start crafting these into slabs. And then we're going to be, well, I'll just show you where I'm going to put all these pillars. So first of all, we're going to need a pillar here. And basically we're just going to throw in as many pillars as we can possibly get into this build, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Well, at this rate, anything will look better than the stone that we have currently. So anyway, we're going to put a pillar here, 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 another one here, and another one here. Oops. And probably another one here as well. And you know, why not? I'll put one here, and one final one over here. Nice, that is looking better already. Now, if there's one thing that is definitely true, this place is not bright enough, so I'm going to be popping down some lanterns. I guess I'll just put them in the corners here. Nice. So we're going to be using our terracotta just as accents in the top and bottom of the room, kind of like everywhere. And, well, because we're using slabs for the ceiling and for... Actually, that is not tall enough. But anyway, because we're using slabs for the ceiling and the floor, you only see half of the terracotta block. So it's not as ugly as it could be. But it's still pretty ugly. But wait, you might say, there's still a lot of exposed stone on the walls. And you'd be correct in thinking that, because there is. So we're going to... I shouldn't even do that. We're going to be replacing it with these sandstone stairs going up and down the walls there. And then in the back here, I think I'm going to use... It's going to be a bit expensive, but I'll just put our quartz in the back there, kind of like that. And hopefully that doesn't look so bad. I should stop saying that because no one's going to be telling me to replace it anytime soon but myself. Alright, so that is done-ish. It's coming along. There's definitely a lot more work that needs to be done here to make this look better, but it's a work in progress, of course. But before I forget, there's a couple other things, or one other thing that we have to finish before we call it quits for today, and that is, of course, the exterior of the potion lab. So all that really has to be done here is slabs have to be run along the outside here, followed by this getting torn out. I have no idea why I set the ceiling so low here, but we are now raising it again. And our slabs will go all the way around here, and will form the contour of the... Actually, you know what? I've got scaffolding. Man, I really should be using this more. Whenever they add a new feature to this game that really makes the game so much better, like, you always say, like, just how cool and amazing of a feature it is, and then you end up not using it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just putting in the border here, and then I'm going to be filling all this in with the same quartz that we use for the ceilings everywhere else. And of course, I've got a lot more to tear out here before I can do just that. Oh, okay. Looks like we need to get a guardrail installed there. It's all in the plan, it's all in the plan. Are we seriously out? We're out of... Okay. And I'll be placing down a bunch of pillars to extend downward through the structure at many different points. Kind of like we've been doing everywhere else in the base. Yeah, and I guess I'll knock out a little bit of the floor right here and put another pillar going up, oh god, to the ceiling. Yeah, that's more like it. That is art. That is not ugly. That is... Yeah. Sure, that's going to look great. So inside of this little thing that we just made, I'm going to put some bamboo, but it's not going to grow until much later because, well, I don't have any more bone meal. So that's kind of an issue, but whatever. Now this episode is kind of getting a little bit long, or actually I'm not sure how long it is because I haven't edited yet, of course, but that is looking pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, we've put in those borders and it kind of starts to look like a house right now, but it's not done, so I want to just finish it up, just do the extra 2% that it needs to have in order to look like a good looking house. So first of all, we're going to need a lot more of these pillars in this place because right now it's looking a little bit too open. So over here, I'm going to put a pillar made of andesite all the way up to the top. This is going to go through our quartz ring that we installed here earlier. Kind of like that. I'm also going to take out this corner and replace this with slabs. And we'll put a pillar going all the way up to the ceiling as well. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, I'd say. And for the finishing touches, I'm going to install some guardrail going along this way. That is, of course, our glass panes. And in this last section here, I'm going to be implementing a little design that I've been using pretty much everywhere else in the base. It's kind of to mimic that brutalist architecture. That's basically you put down a bunch of horizontal slabs like this, and it looks ultra modern and stuff. I don't know. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good, and I've also added in this guardrail if you haven't seen earlier. That sort of prevents you... Actually, yeah, I think it totally prevents you from being able to fall out of this area. Maybe you'll... Yeah, you can fit through here, so maybe I should extend it out one more block. Yeah, so now it is impossible to fall out of here, even though it looks like you really should be able to. So let's figure out what this looks like from the outside. I'll just hop down here, and... there we go. That looks pretty good, actually. Oh, you know what I should probably do is... that staircase... I mean, it looks a little bit floaty. I think we can probably put like a pillar or something. Now, this game doesn't have any quartz walls, which is kind of a pain. So I'm going to try to make it out of andesite, and hopefully it looks the same from a distance. Actually, you know what? Diorite will probably look a little bit better. And I'm just going to come down here and put a slab here so I can attach our wall to this and run that all down to the ground. Yeah, I would say that is looking pretty good. In fact, that is... I guess that is it for the outside of the house here. Or I keep calling it a house. It's really more like a potion lab and a smelting room, which we haven't built yet. And of course, we also got this area done. This is looking pretty rough still, but unfortunately, as you probably have guessed, it is that time of the episode again. It's the end, so we're going to have to call it here for today. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We did get a lot done, and the place is looking pretty cool. Yeah, there we go, so we can get a better view of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.